Welcome, everybody, to the Big Circle.
I am Ivy Aaron Jr., and this is Derek Falwell, and this is Megan Herron.
Who has her mouth filled with cheese sticks.
How unprofessional.
Yes. And now you're showing your food. How
You dirty dog.
How disgusting.
We love you just the way you
She
are.
has a cheese stick in her hand. Go ahead and finish it. Let the listeners...
Give her some that floss you keep, too. There's
Oh,
a little
yeah.
piece of...
I'm not eating this.
I
I'm
got
good.
some- go
No,
ahead,
remember
man.
you made that one
I
time
got
I
some
was like,
dental floss.
Yeah.
How big are your gaps? Because I got the skinny stuff. Some people
let
just
me put
use
this
it.
cheese stick in my lap and the honey mustard. Do y'all like
Some people
honey
just,
mustard?
Some people just sneeze and that's their dental floss. They got enough gaps in their it's gone. I don't have that luxury. How are you doing? Are you
I was
flossing?
I'm not doing that right now.
Oh, okay.
Are you flossing?
Well, Sarah tells me there's proper and improper times to floss. Is that true?
You haven't figured that one out, Pastor.
I asked a question. I didn't look to get critiqued. You can critique next. I asked the question. Answer it first.
I'm gonna say yes. There
Okay.
are proper times.
Okay. And you said I hadn't got it figured out. Explain that.
I mean, you'll just be sitting there doing whatever, and you just whip it out, and you just.
In the middle of a counseling session or whatever.
I mean, we'll be talking
just
about
ate.
something serious, and I'm like,
Then you'll
Lord.
nag everybody else for not flossing.
Yes. Dental
do
health
share.
is important, and I put effort into it.
Who wants to be our dentistry that sponsors us next?
Ooh, we need one.
Yeah, we do.
We need a good dentist sponsor. If you're listening, maybe I don't know. I'm not going to switch dentists, but anyway, I would say I'd switch if they don't, but I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
well,
I like where I
if
go.
you're going to say you're going to switch tire guys, then we got a problem.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'd have to drive to Jonesboro anyway. It's too far. I can only drive to church there.
Oh my Lord.
Man.
So, we're continuing Love and Marriage. This is part 2. You never did sing the song. Sing Love and Marriage. You know it?
No.
No, oh my goodness, that's not it.
Don't say
Forget it. Why did I say anything? So, we're going to talk about getting lost in the difference battle.
Amen.
Okay, so what's different about us? So,
a lot.
right?
A lot of great things, though, too.
And here is what I wished I would have realized, man. I'm just telling on myself. I wished I would have realized a lot sooner.
Yeah.
That Sarah was literally sent to me to compliment me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And man, I wasted so many years not understanding that. It was like I wanted to make her be like me, you know?
Yeah.
Like me had it all figured out. You know what I mean?
But it's always the opposites attract kind of thing. That's why we compliment each other so well.
Yes, I mean it was so beautiful, and I lost so many years not seeing that, not working on that. I mean, it's just like today. We're actually recording this on a Sunday, so today we had church today, and when I got off the platform, the first person that I went and prayed for was my wife, because I remember before. I remember one day she told me, she said, "You pray for everybody, but you don't come pray for me." You know, and you get that assumption that, you know, well, she's got it figured out. You know, ain't none of us got it figured out. Yeah. We all need that help and that guidance. Good. But I remember getting lost in the difference battle. And this is just one thing. I remember we got a dog, and
you love that dog, don't you?
Not this dog. It was another dog.
Man.
Yeah, no.
Man, you've had different struggles.
Yeah, the other dog was. This is the best dog we've ever had. Eddie, I almost love that guy.
He's a good boy.
Almost love that guy.
We're
passing a fine line.
I like him.
So you remember that one time you told him, "I just wish you'd love the dog." He's working on it.
Yes.
He absolutely
I
almost
try.
loves the dog.
I really try. But I remember, you know, Sarah throwing some scraps off the plate, and I'm like, you know, into a bowl, and I'm like, we ain't letting the dog eat off the dishes. You know what I mean? She's like, well, we're going to wash them, you know, and she was like, well, this is what we always did at our house.
Yeah.
Well, that set me off. You know, this is young, dumb Derek.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, you ain't at your house. You're at our house. You know what I mean? And I look back and think, how dumb we're getting splintered over just the stupidest stuff, And I remember at our house we talked about this in the other episode, but our house we always did Thanksgiving on Thursday at noon, which is the common time that people do.
Just to throw that out.
It's the right time to do this.
That pettycopter seems to be fine.
No, here's the beautiful thing. That pettycopter died.
Amen.
And he's about to find that out. So whenever Lacey was small and I had been divorced, me and Sarah got married, one of the things that we decided was, you know what, we don't have to have Thanksgiving Thursday at noon.
Yeah.
So we called Lacey's mother and said, you can have every holiday. You can have Thanksgiving. You can have Christmas. We'll do it the day after. We'll do it the day before. We'll do it another time. Yeah. So now what was in stone, we're going to have Thanksgiving dinner Thursday at noon, becomes something really different. And, man, if I look back on the mountains of bad decisions, that was scoring one for a great decision.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you now looking back how that made me feel. And not only did it make my life easier, it made Lacey's mother's life easier.
Which ultimately made Lacey's easier.
Yes.
And that's the goal.
And now, Lacey's almost 30. Boy, it makes you feel old when your kid's almost 30. I could be your dad, Ivy. You're 33. I'm old enough to be your daddy. But anyway.
Remind me that's my birthday.
Oh, and today is your birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Ivy. Happy birthday.
We gotta quit.
Oh, we lost it. We can edit that. No, but anyway, today's your birthday. Happy
Sheldon
birthday.
Shakes his head no.
Happy birthday, Ivy.
Hey,
I can't do that because I'm holding my cheese stick in my lap.
You've got a greasy cheese stick in your lap. Put it on the table.
I can't because
Go ahead and show the people.
Spiritual, go.
You just ate like 2.5 hours ago.
Pastor.
Oh.
I didn't ask for that.
Said I didn't ask for your opinion.
It's a mini cheese stick.
I was stating a fact.
Tomorrow I'm on my diet, my lifestyle change.
Monday.
Tomorrow's Monday.
Yes, Monday. That's the day all diets start.
Stop.
Okay, so tell me something in your life where you've got lost a little bit in the differences. I mean, y'all brand new, 18 months in. Tell me how you got lost in a little bit of your differences.
Hit them with your best shot, Iva.
Well, we've had a few of them. But
a few hundred, but we got to limit it.
But we got limited to at least just 32 now. So we've done
episode
really well.
76 with Love and Marriage.
I don't know. Man, I don't know. Just
Oh, come on.
What time to go to the gym?
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning. It worked really good for the first 2 months we were married. Then after that, it was like, well, I ain't going at 5. I'm tired.
Right. So you got different gym times.
Let's talk about real differences too. Well, I love how it just hits us still. I mean, you got some. I know you got some.
Off on me. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
go.
scared. I ain't scared. So a difference.
What is that, by the way?
It's like a
cheese stick, yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, a little honey mustard.
Okay, I'm old. I don't know what
to
that
me
is.
when I do that, I'm saying like I got this.
Oh, I thought you were knocking off dandruff.
Ew.
I'm just asking for a friend.
Amen.
I mean, I didn't know.
Amen. So differences. So a difference between me and Ivy, when you get married, I mean, you had different upbringings. You had different things instilled into you. So when I was a kid, we didn't really have family time. And so when I got older and I had children of my own, Pastor, I just ate, slept, and breathed those kids. And I desired that so much, to just constantly be with my children, because I understand that every day they're getting a step older to 18 and forgetting mama existed. And so I try to really hang on to the years that I have. and just soak it in, because I mean my kids are just the best kids in the world, and they're getting so grown up, and I see as they need me a little bit less, and it's hard as a mama, and you're a dad, so you understand that. And so I do that with Ivy. So he is super work oriented, very, very work oriented, and I think that's a beautiful quality. We have to, you need something, you gotta work for it, you gotta get the bread, buddy. And so I believe in hard work, but sometimes he's so work oriented that it's easy for him to get about that family.
That is correct.
And so that's a difference we have, and that's actually something that we still teeter, and we're still working on finding. I don't even want to say the balance, because I don't even know if there's such thing as balance, honestly. But just something that's within reason on both ends, because you got to work. Dads, moms out there, you got to work, you got to provide, and that's helping your kids in itself, but you've also got to spend time with them.
Yeah.
And so we struggle in that.
In counseling, I hear this all the time about being grown apart. I'll dig into that after the commercial, and then we'll go a little bit further on this.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. Heron Tire, best from the east to the west, serving Paragould and all of Northeast Arkansas for over 56 years. Tire shops have come and gone. Heron Tire has remained. We keep getting bigger and better. Got a flat? You don't have time for that. We'll get it patched up and put you back on the road. Stuck on the farm? No time to play? Call us. We're on the way. If you need to get the crops planted and you're feeling stressed, call Heron Tire. We're simply the best. New tires? We got you. Used tires? We got you. Rims, lift kits, oil change? You guessed it. We got it. So come see us at either of our Paragould locations at 700 East Kings Highway or 300 Airport Road. Heron Tire Service, 870-239-8466 or 870-240-0090. Yes, best from the east to the west. J&M Trailer Sales and Service. J&M Trailer Sales and Service. Huge selection of trailers, trailer repair, and prices so low, it's stupid. Also, if you don't want to commit to buying a trailer or a piece of equipment, they rent it out as well. Trailers, car haulers, skid steer, excavators. J&M Trailer Sales, located at 2510 South 2nd Avenue, Paragould, Arkansas. Leisure Comfort. At Leisure Comfort Heat and Air, we provide friendly heating and air conditioning repairs done right. We repair all major brands and give reliable options to get your system working properly. In the unfortunate event that a new equipment is necessary, we can make the installation seamless and easy. We install all major brands with free estimates and flexible financing options. Upgrading your HVAC system has never been easier. Whether you're looking for HVAC system, repairs, seasonal maintenance, new equipment, or general construction needs, our trained technicians will get you on the best path to enjoying a comfortable home environment. Welcome back. This is
Derek Followell,
co-host Ivy Heron, and my beautiful wife,
Megan Heron Jr.,
who just swallowed the cheese stick on the commercial. So, whatever that means. But anyway, so we were talking before the break.
Yeah.
So what happens to a lot of people? You're work oriented. You're family oriented. That's the way you're thinking. Nothing wrong with either one of those things, because if you don't work, you can't provide for your family.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's a hard sometimes to turn that switch off and be what you need to be. So many times in counseling, I hear this all the time. We've grown apart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You literally grow apart because you're apart.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't authentically be in the moment, and when you're not authentically in the moment, it's hard to really connect.
Yeah.
One of my biggest struggles when I came out of my addiction is I was anxious. I always had a lot of anxious energy. I was nervous. I mean, I hate to say kind of paranoid, but maybe just a little bit paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember we would be doing stuff, and I remember Sarah going, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" Because I didn't know how to just stop my brain and just be in that moment, man.
Yep.
And so I was thinking about the next moment, the last moments, and it was just like I had brain spaghetti, you know?
Yeah.
I think we just talked about this earlier before we got here.
We
Really?
did. We actually literally did.
We sat down and I said, I want to, let's actually talk about well, because she was talking to me earlier today how I keep flipping switches.
Right.
I'm really good one moment, and the next I'm just, you can tell it on my face.
Right.
You told me today I have the worst poker face you've ever met. Right. It's the truth.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's sit down and let me explain to you all what's going on in my head right now.
Right.
So I basically made a list without making a list and just went off on this. But the good thing about this is 6 months ago, I'd have made this list and I'd have told Megan, and the thing that's different now 6 months ago is that I told this list, and 6 months ago she'd give me advice on each little piece that I'd start to mark out, but I wouldn't want to hear it.
Right.
I'd just be like, well, you just don't understand. And that's the number one thing you never say to your wife. I don't understand, because guess what? They got things that we don't understand. We work together as a team.
Right.
So as time goes on, I'm learning to take little gems out of everything that she says on that can be applied to that. So we went through the list, and she said, well, that, the good thing is about all those can be fixable. Yeah. And a lot of them can be fixed with the way you deal with your emotions.
Yeah. And if you go back to why you probably struggle with that, it's the episode that we had before, in those formative years when you were needing to communicate and learn how to communicate, you were just hitting the drug button, or the drunk button, and that which numbs me out, doesn't make me feel, I don't have to deal with it.
Don't got no problems for the next 3 hours.
Yeah, but when I wake up, man, I got to deal with it. And it's just like learning how to deal with that now, thinking I already have all that figured out, obviously makes you frustrated.
Yeah, because we want it in our human nature. We want it figured out today.
Yeah, and that frustration that you have is going to probably go somewhere, and 9 times out of 10,
unfortunately, that's where
she's going to catch that.
Yeah.
But one of the things that you said, and I'll never forget this, you said to me, I told Megan to text you that even if it's something that looks bad on me, because I've got to hold myself accountable, and I've got to get me figured out so I can be who she needs me to be.
That's right.
And I was like, bro, that really, I was thankful for that. That was impressive. And I know sometimes it's like you probably feel like, I don't feel like a lesson today. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
well, man, I want to learn every day.
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't say that a year ago, because who's here now a year ago is two different people.
Right.
So me hearing those lessons, as you'd say, man, I know that gets me better.
Right.
So I'm thankful for those.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's super cool. So, I mean, it's so easy to get lost in the differences, but communicating those differences and our expectations, man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you sit down, you go through your list, you make a list. Those are the greatest things. Before, what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't talk about it. I wasn't gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
When I finally, the pressure cooker got as far as it would go,
It popped.
mouth vomit, I'm going to let it all out, not in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Then all I'm doing is putting my partner on the defense. We're not in this thing together anymore. Now we've separated and divided because we're not thinking clearly. That may be, and we're talking about relationships, husband and wife. That could be brother and sister, aunt and uncle, mom and dad, father and son, all of those things. And, those family moments that you are putting effort into, you're never going to get them back. And you never get a second chance to do what you need to do.
And you can kind of see, too, like what she was saying earlier, why she's so family-oriented. That's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And then how I'm work-oriented, which can be fixed too. I want to continue to stay work-oriented, of course, because that's going to provide a living for me and my wife, the kiddos, and our families and stuff like that, but also knowing that those two, if they mesh together, not only can I be work-oriented, but I can have quality family time that I can sit there and enjoy.
Yeah.
So.
This is crazy. You get this from an adult daughter. I asked my daughter one day, I said, what's your fondest memories? She and I'm waiting for her to tell me what her fondest memories are. She said, my fondest memories is when Sarah would text me when I was coming over for the weekend and say, what do you want? We'll cook whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
The little things.
And she said, going to the beach for the week. I'll never forget that. Us all getting together around the table and playing board games all week long. Like nobody was on their phone. We were just playing board games.
Yeah.
And she was like, I think about that. That's what I want for my kids. And I'm like, that's what really mattered to her. Yeah. I don't know that she could remember one gift I gave her. It didn't matter. It wasn't about what she had or what she possessed. It didn't matter. She wanted me.
Yeah.
Right? And I think everybody that struggles with a relationship, you have to remember. Are you crying?
Yeah.
There ain't no crying on the big circle. You know what? Our first tears have been shed. Mark it down, Shelton. Our first tears have been shed on the big circle.
The big rectangle.
Getting tears on the table. But seriously, that is what she remembered. And you know what now, like when I hear her say, you know, what do y'all want to do with your family? We want to go to the beach. Yeah. We want to go play games. Yeah. She's wanting to recreate what she remembered. Yeah. You know, being awesome. And I remember taking the kids, and man, we didn't have a ton of money, but we sacrificed so we could take them on vacation. Yeah. And I remember we go to one of our favorite restaurants we'd go to at Orange Beach was Live Bait. And
that was a good place, man.
Man, I love that place. But we would go in, and I'd give it's when the kids got big enough to order off the adult menu. I was like, you get whatever you want. And I remember I didn't help them, and I remember Lacey saying, I want the quesadilla. But that's a quesadilla. And today
not according to Napoleon.
She's from Arkansas.
That's a quesadilla.
Yeah. So still today we laugh about the quesadilla, right?
That's so sweet.
But you look back, and that's what she remembered the most. So my advice from 49-year-old Derek to 33-year-old Ivy is being work-oriented is beautiful. But you got to find that family time. You know, you hear me say all the time, vacations are important. Vacations are important. It doesn't matter what breaks down while you're gone.
Yes.
You need that time exclusively with your family. Yes. Even now, now that me and Sarah were empty nesters and we've been that way sometime, you talk about the kids leaving and, you know, how sad you are. Let me tell you the other side of it. It's beautiful. And I'm living my best life. But it was great, but it's over, you know. So now you play with a grandkid, goo goo gaga, go home. And I'm back to my normal life again, just me and the wife and the dog. But sometimes, you know, we talk about growing apart. Sometimes me and Sarah go on a trip together exclusively. Just because we got to remember we're friends, man.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Yeah.
And if you don't watch yourself, you can get so caught up in work and laundry and everything else. I look back and I remember my kids saying, Dad, let's play Guess Who? And I'm like, oh, goodness. I would rather get I can't think of anything nice except a razor blade enema. But anyway, I'm just like, I'd rather do anything than play Guess Who.
Yeah.
But you know what? Man, for every time I didn't play, it often crosses my mind now that, man, I should have. You know, and you go back and look at Grandma and Grandpa's now, and the kids are like, let's play Guess Who? And Grandma and Grandpa's like, yeah! Yes. They want to play because they remember sometimes they probably passed.
Should have.
And that's why I like with Ivy, I tell him every summer, I'm like, we're doing something with just you and me and the kids. And he's like, but that's the busiest time. And I'm like, no. I told him one day, I started tearing up. I said, I have 5 summers left with my oldest daughter. Yeah. And she's 18. And I know that's probably a little dramatic, but I have 5 summers.
No, it's not dramatic.
I have 5 opportunities left with her.
Yeah.
For a summer break. Yeah. And I'm not wasting that.
Yeah. That's a very good point. And learning to, you know, kind of shut that off and go do what needs to be done, man, I think those times are so valuable and they're so important. We're going to go to commercial. It's that time. It'll give us time to thank our sponsors and Ivy time to cough.
Introducing the Sunroom. The house can get crowded, and if you need somewhere for family or friends to stay during the holidays, the Sunroom is a pet-friendly rental in Paragould, Arkansas, with a top-rated Airbnb Superhost rating. Beautiful scenery overlooking a nice pond, peaceful, relaxing, and much better than a hotel. Quality Voices, hiring now for daytime and nighttime shift. They are a faith-based company that works on behalf of political endeavors and nonprofit organizations. You can fill out an application at 5510 Southwest Drive, Suite 4. They have great management, great family atmosphere, and a great environment. Quality Voices, Jonesboro, Arkansas. Welcome back.
Why do we
finish it?
What was you going to say?
Finish it.
Megan Herron Jr. here at the rectangle table with Pastor and Iva.
Oh, she wanted to be the welcome back girl.
Yeah, okay. Well, she is. Welcome, babe.
Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Amen. I'm
We're
glad
never
y'all are
having
here.
you back on. No, I'm just kidding you. That was a joke.
He has some good
That
truths
was a
for
joke.
joking.
Gosh,
that was a joke.
whatever.
We do have some guests that are coming up.
Amen.
I connected with a guest today that's gonna be here in the next few episodes. I'm trying to connect today.
Yep.
Ivy's got a guest, working on getting a guest here. So we're gonna have some guests in to talk in the big circle and promote some things that are coming up in our communities, and we're excited about that. Adam, I'm currently recording. Hey, Adam, I'm in the middle of the Big Circle podcast. You're on the air right now. He said, "Oh, great!
All right.
I'll call you back in a minute." Speaking of guests, I told y'all we're going to have some guests. One of the guests is going to be my brother, Adam Followell. Is that correct?
Deacon Followell.
Yes. He said, "It appears to be you've done both."
Appears I have no
He
choice
said, what
in the
a great
matter.
pastor who answers the phone call during the podcast. Plug one for Pastor Followell. All right, thank you. I'll call you back. Bye. Now, whoever called during the podcast that I didn't answer, they're going to be like, he answered for his brother. I thought I was his brother in Christ. Anyway, what are we talking about?
Marriage.
Oh, Love and Marriage. Yeah, so Love and Marriage Part 2. Mm-hmm. The fact that you're our great guest.
Yeah.
So let's kind of recap. Let's talk about a little bit of what we've learned in the last 2 episodes. What we've learned is whether you've been married 18 months or 30 years, we all have some similar issues.
Yeah.
We can get caught up in our differences. We focus on things that we may not like about someone. Hello. Hi. You bum. That was Shelton.
Jerk.
He called just to see if what a trap. What a trap. But anyway, you're next. But anyway, so we get lost in our differences, and we can focus on how we're different in a negative way.
Yep.
And not actually complimenting each other. What's funny and what I've even realized before, I've told you some things before that Megan told you the very same thing.
Yeah.
But, you couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
And you hear it from me. And I think we've all struggled with that.
Yeah.
There's times that I would go back when somebody was mentoring me, and I'd go back and tell my mom or whatever, and she'd be like, "I've been telling you that for 20 years," But I heard it from someone else, and realizing that is possible and that we can do that. So we've been talking about family, how important family time is, how important work time is. That you've got to get a vacation booked sometime this summer.
Yeah,
Oh, it's already on the books, baby.
It's already on the books.
I'm glad to know. I need to hit my schedule then.
No, she just needs a credit card.
That's exactly that's all I'm waiting on.
Please pass the credit card.
Yes, sir.
So we can make this all happen.
Yep.
I would say beachside condo. Mm-hmm. That's a lot better. Just be on the beach. With his credit
my
card.
credit card?
Yeah.
With his credit card, I'd be like I get a VIP.
Come on.
Suite and
Absolutely.
condo.
I'm not living beneath my
You are
privilege.
unhinged. I don't know what money you're
He
talking
said
about.
you're unhinged.
I'm still tired. That's it, buddy.
Yeah, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We'll let you come back after the vacation and tell us all about the vacation.
Yay!
And we'll throw some pictures up on the TV.
I'm excited.
That'll be super cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We'll do all of that. That'll be cool.
It'll be me and the kids smiling and Ivy in the background going,
Yeah.
How many tickets do we have today?
yeah, that's exactly.
What do you mean the numbers?
Or it'll be me throwing his phone in the ocean.
What do you mean we didn't fix the flat right the first time? Yeah, we got to get out of
The
that.
truth is, man, just disconnecting from that. Disconnecting from things and just being together.
Speaking of work.
Yeah, Michael never bought us a table.
Man, Michael, we're upset. That's you're calling me right now.
Yeah,
we're waiting on that big circle.
Table. Yeah, but anyway,
We're still friends.
so if you could give our listeners any piece of advice on relationships, what advice would you give, Megan?
We've kind of already covered it, but truly, I wish I would have went more into it as we really are a team. We have the goal to be successful in Christ, in marriage, in life, in work, and as parents, and not focusing so much on the differences, and truly focusing. You might do things a certain way, I do things a certain way, and that's okay, but we can merge together and get the goal done.
One heck of a team.
Yeah, don't waste your time like me. Looking back, I wasted my time a good portion of my life.
Yeah.
I wished I'd have learned earlier that Sarah was a compliment.
Yeah.
That God didn't send her to me to change her.
Yeah.
He sent me to her to help compliment her.
And something else I've learned, Pastor, is just I don't have to give my input of disapproval on everything he does that maybe it's not my cup of tea. Right. And I'm not talking about big, huge things. Like if he's going out buying new vehicles and cars, obviously we're going to have some issues. I'm talking about littler things, whether he brings us home chicken or a hamburger. Sometimes it's just, if it's not, just sometimes just be thankful for what you got, for what, you know what I mean?
So if you're at home one evening and you've had a rough day and your wife is trying to cook breakfast and she never cooks, don't be upset when she's cooking breakfast for
at 6 o'clock at night.
At 6 o'clock. Did that
better.
really happen? I was just giving an example.
Well, let's just be real. I hate breakfast at dinner. But she does such a good job of trying to learn how to cook.
But I love breakfast at dinner.
Me too,
and every time I make it, he's like, I only like breakfast in the morning.
Look at the difference.
She only knows how to cook breakfast. But we're working on it together.
And tacos.
Those are two really,
hey, but
really easy meals.
let me follow up with this. Another piece of advice. Don't give up on your partner either.
No,
she's never gave up on me. I've never gave up on her. Keep finishing the fight. Keep fighting the good fight.
I'll tell you this, and to go off of what he said, I've been married almost 30 years, and man, if I would have gave up, what are some beautiful things that I would have missed?
Yeah.
Because I truly can say today that I love my wife more than I ever did, and to look back and realize there was a good period of my life I didn't even know how to love her.
Yeah.
So stay in it. We're thankful that you joined us.
Yep.
We hope you got something out of this. If you did,
make sure to hit the thumbs up on our YouTube channel. Click share from our YouTube channel or on our Spotify channel. And share the good news if you got something good out of it. We're thankful to be here. Thankful to have my beautiful wife on the podcast too.
And we might have made fun and did some funnies, but we trust Megan. We believe in her. I've seen her growth as a person. I'm proud of her. Don't forget 5 stars only. If you got 4 stars,
throw it in the garbage.
Y'all have a good day. Love, peace, and hair grease.